What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check this out, man. I got to give y'all some real crucial, critical game real quick, man. And this is potentially um, life-saving slash freedom-saving game that I'm about to give y'all. See, in life, we got to understand a couple of things. One thing is that we are not always in control of what happens. We can't control every single aspect of life. And we can't control what people in our lives do. We just can't to a 100% degree. Now, there are certain levels that you can kind of control and make sure this doesn't happen and that doesn't happen. But in truth, the only thing that you have power over is yourself if you choose to exercise that power. Some people haven't even mastered the ability to obtain control and power over themselves based on the situation. They're fine to a point, but if something happens too extreme, they're out of there. They lose control. And losing control can put you in a situation where, again, it might cost you your freedom or it might cost you your life. Or if it doesn't cost either of those two, it may cause you to do something that was so messed up that it cost you a relationship, it cost you a friendship, it cost you some money, a good job, whatever. And so we have to know that since we cannot control everything that a person does, if somebody in your life does something that's in violation of a commitment that y'all may have to some degree, hey man, do your best to think in that moment what's best for you and what's the best way for you to react to that situation. That's what you got to do. What am I talking about? Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you a harsh example. Start with the ladies. You come home early from work, tired, ready to get home to see your husband. You can't wait to see him. He was off today. And then you show up and he's in your room, in y'all's bed with another woman. Shocking, horrible, terrible situation. What do you do? And this applies to the guys too. Do you run and go get a pistol and come back and kill him, her? Or come back, kill him, her, and possibly yourself? What do you do? Do you get a baseball bat and flip out and start destroying property and them and just, what do you do? Or do you say, even in the shock and in the hurt and in the pain, do you say, you know what? Apparently this was meant for me to see the type of person that you really are. And despite how much I cared about you and how I feel about you, what I'm not gonna do is let your mistake cause me to make a bigger mistake that will cost me all the things I mentioned. Freedom, life, whatever. Now, I know what you're thinking because I can read your mind. Some of y'all are thinking, well, man, in that moment, in that moment you just react, man. You black out, you lose it, you flip out, man. Cool. But what you got to understand, we have to understand the makeup of our minds and our brains. See, thought travels at the average speed of 24 billion miles per second. Why am I mentioning that? I'm mentioning that because at that rate of speed, we absolutely are equipped with the capability to think fast in the moment. Thought actually travels faster than the moment. We say, man, heat of the moment. The moment is 12 seconds, 15 seconds, a minute. But your thoughts process faster than that. And if you are on your note, you can say to yourself, you know what? This is messed up. I'm shocked. But get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of it. Remove yourself from the situation. Not because you're worried about necessarily what they might do or whatever. You know, that's a part of it. But some people have already figured it out. And they're like, man, I'm more concerned and scared of what I'm going to do. Because even in them kind of moments, man, we got to always be aware and cognizant of the fact that even if I flip out and lose it and do something crazy in that moment, it doesn't just affect me. You may have children that have now lost both parents. You have other friends and family members that care about you, that if they could have caught you before this happened, if they had knowledge of it, they could have possibly talked to you in a way that could have prevented you from going all the way off the deep end. See? All kind of scenarios, man. Riding through the grocery store parking lot, you lined up for this parking spot, and it's yours, and somebody just swoops in and gets the spot, and you just furious. Or any other road rage situation. In that moment, you black out. You just, in the simple thing like a parking space turns into a bloodbath. It's not worth it. Don't let somebody else's ignorance and somebody else's mistake cause you to make a bigger one. See? And I'm going to give y'all a tip. It's a very important tip, man. But I think it will be helpful. Some people might view it as like, man, you shouldn't even think like that. But I understand, I do understand that. But sometimes, man, you got to pre-scenario, pre-theorize certain situations. The tip I'm going to give y'all is that sometimes it's good to play a scenario out in your mind before it even happens. Like, what would I do if I found out that this? Or what would I do if I was riding down the street and I saw this, and it just took me to a place? How would I handle that? And then when you do that, start to create different little scenarios of how you could possibly handle it, all the while calculating possible results and outcomes from that, and how they would either be a benefit to you or a detriment to you. And if you do that, I believe that it helps you out if ever you are faced with those types of situations, because you've already kind of formulated, because we do that anyway. We see stuff on TV, we see stuff online, and we see stuff in real life that we go, man, if that was me, that would have happened to me. I know what I would have did in that situation. We do it anyway. And sometimes we're just talking, but other times we really mean what we say. Well, we know, a lot of us know what we would do in certain situations, either because you kind of formulated it out or imagined it, or unfortunately you might have been through it before. You might have made the mistake and said, I'll never do that again. So think on that as we move forward, man. Never, ever, ever, no matter how mad you are, no matter how hurt you are, never, ever, ever let something foolish that somebody else did that you could not control make you lose your own control, man. Think in the moment, get yourself removed from the situation, and trust me, time will heal whatever you feel. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I'll catch y'all later on, man. Peace.